Hi, I'm KB with Nerdophiles. How are you?
I'm doing well. How are you?
I am doing well. Thank you so much for chatting with us.
Thank you for talking to me.
So let me dive right in. Mouse has a lot of influences in this film. And, when we meet him, we see that he's most heavily influenced by his deceased brother. And so, in a lot of ways throughout the film, he's really still searching for that kind of brotherly figure and finds a bit of that in Blacks. So, while we see a lot about what Blacks teaches Mouse, what do you think that Mouse actually teaches Blacks?
Mm, love that question. Um, well, for one, I think mouse symbolizes a sense of guilt. When it as concerning the loss of Mouse's brother, and so now I think when Mouse sort of steps back into Black's life, it's to avenge and to sort of fill the gap in the hole in his heart concerning the loss of Mouse's brother. So I think in whole really blacks teach mouse teaches blacks how to be compassionate toward another human being and to really get to understand someone and to really care for someone and have an immense love for someone who is not your who you probably outrank in height or age and experience but I think that it's a beautiful dynamic between the two characters and what they are able to teach each other and the themes and messages that they convey throughout the story.
Yeah, and so I really did love seeing kind of that on-screen dynamic. So can you talk a little bit about how you and Meek Mill kind of cultivated that relationship off-screen to make it so believable on screen?
Well, I didn't get to spend a lot of time with Meek. He has a really insane work ethic. He was working on his album and working on and doing shows as well and doing the movie all at the same time. But in the time that I did get to spend with him, he's actually sort of shy and coy, and so him asking me questions and him being genuinely inquisitive about what my process was like, and I would ask him, what his process was like, was really cool. And we were open with each other and honest with each other, and we were able to help each other and guide each other through um, the period of the filming of the movie. So hopefully the chemistry is well received and seems authentic and genuine because we definitely had a lot of fun bringing that to life.
Well, it definitely was authentic for me. So, my final question really is about Mouse's kind of full circle transformation in the film. He goes through a lot, and by the end, I really want to know: do you think that Mouse forgives himself for what happens to Sweater God? And also, do you think that he feels like his actions can and will be redeemed by the end?
I don't think that he'll ever forgive himself. I think that those things, actually, I'll say this. I think it's open for interpretation. I think in us reflecting everyday life and reflecting the real life circumstances that happen and that are inspired, that this film was inspired by. I think that, you know, uh, it takes a while to get to a place when you can evolve out of trauma and sort of grow from the traumatic things that happen in our lives and that happened to us and that we had no control over, or the things that we did have control over but we made the wrong decision at the time. And so I don't know if he'll ever forgive himself, but I'm talking about him like he's a real person now, but I hope that in the future he does, and that he can sort of evolve out of that. I think that there is a sense of closure between Mouse and Lamont towards the end of the film, because he I when we well, I don't want to spoil it, but when we see them again at the end of the film, it's sort of implied that they hadn't been connected in a while. And so when they do finally reconnect, I think that that is the important moment of closure for Mouse. And I think that's really what we as an audience need to really understand where his journey is and where it goes moving forward. And so hopefully that message shines through as well. But yeah, I think that's open for interpretation. Um, yeah.
Well, thank you so much for chatting with us. I love the film. Your talent was just amazing. You know, you really shined in this role. So thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you.